Today is a bit of an impromptu video because I've just got back from the vets with Kipling. You'd think after the last couple of months that we've had, we would have spent our fair share of vet bills, you know, we can have a break, but no, apparently we needed to do some more. So yeah, we just got back and consequently I actually have to take now Charlie, Scampy, Pickles and Louie to the vets, all for the same reason. And you might be thinking, Sophie, you're longing this out, why? Why aren't you taking Olive? Why aren't you taking Fish and things? So the reason why I've had to take him to the vets, it's kind of twofold, is, I don't know if you can see this, this is his leg ring, which is now split in half. I've had to take Kipling to get his leg ring removed. Now, I had plans, it was kind of my secret New Year's resolution to get these leg rings cut off the rest of my birds anyway, because they cause problems, and I'll talk about that in a second. But Kipling decided that actually he wanted to go first, and he managed to slide his leg ring up and over the ankle joint, so it was all the way up his leg, like up here almost, if you imagine that this is a conure leg. And obviously that can cause problems and swelling and all kinds of things. It's not supposed to be there, and it's a sign of a poorly fitting ring. It's not great. And also, coincidentally, that is actually what happened to baby Olive a good couple of years ago. I actually made a video called The Dangers of Leg Rings, or Danger of Leg Bands, leg ring, leg band, it's interchangeable. Because she did manage to do the same thing. I think it's where they like to hang upside down a lot, and in the wrong circumstances the ring just slips and then you just can't get it back down again. Now, if the ring does slip to the wrong part of the leg, yes, sometimes if you're extremely careful and you use like a bit of coconut oil, you may be able to slide it back down again. It's very dangerous to try and do it because you can hurt the leg easily, but some people have managed it. But the problem is it means that it can still happen again. And my personal opinion, and something that I'm quite passionate about, especially now, is unless there is a legal requirement in your country, your state, or the species you keep, if they're a CITES listed species, for example, unless there is a legal requirement, I would recommend speaking to your avian vets to get your birds' leg rings cut off. Now, you may be thinking, oh, Sophie, you've just had some bad luck, you know, two of your birds who are unrelated and have different leg rings have managed to get their leg rings stuck up their leg. Yes, it may seem like bad luck. However, Charlie's leg ring seems to be irritating him. And also, Scampy has had two instances, one maybe like 3 years ago or so, and one not too long ago, where he actually managed to get his leg ring stuck on the sliding kind of sticky out bit of the cage, which was scary. We were home both times, which was really lucky. It was two separate style cages as well, where where you've got the sliding doors, they kind of curve around, and somehow he managed to get his leg ring caught on that, and I think it's probably because it's the wrong size. And it can be really dangerous. These leg rings can get caught on toys, fibres can get wrapped around them, and I honestly think that these really should be phased out for the majority of birds. As I said, unless there's a legal requirement, there's no real reason to have these. For bigger birds, and even for some smaller birds, you can get them microchipped, but most birds will have some kind of identifying factors about them that you can identify them, because, you know, some people don't even know what the leg band says. It can wear off, and mostly they're just for breeder purposes rather than anything. They don't actually tell you anything of use for your bird. So I would recommend, especially after today's experience, if you don't have to have your leg ring on your bird, speak to your avian vet and see if they're able to do it. Now with Olive, her leg ring was a bit harder to cut off. I don't know if it was just my previous vet's inexperience or not, but she actually had to go under sedation and have it Dremeled off. And that cost me £166 because she had to be sedated, and it was very scary. I was very anxious and the whole thing, but she was fine. However, today, my lovely vet managed to cut Kipling's leg ring off really easily with proper leg band cutters, and it only cost me the appointment cost, which was £59. So that's a lot more affordable than the £166. So if your vet is confident and quick and can do it without sedation, then that is also a really great option to keep stress low, keep the experience really quick, and avoid obviously the risks and complications with sedation. As we were going in anyway, we got Kipling's nails trimmed because he was already restrained, and obviously I said to my vet, you know, manage his stress levels, don't do it if he's not confident or comfortable or whatever, you know, if he's stressed, don't do it. But he was fine, he was good as gold. As you guys know, Kipling isn't in a lot of my videos because he is quite an anxious bird. He struggles with a lot of things. He doesn't like the camera and stuff, which is why he's not here, and he's also just, you know, resting from the experience. But he was absolutely good as gold. He did go for a victory lap around the vet room. I wasn't in there. I actually left my avian vet and my exotic nurse to do it. You know, I could have restrained him myself, but I thought they could be the bad guys. But he was very good. He's very good, you know, in the car and everything going back. But the other thing that we did is we got some chest feathers plucked whilst he was restrained, because what I'm going to do, because Kipling isn't actually a DNA sexed male, we just say he's male because that's what his previous owner said and that's kind of like his personality. We're going to send these off and hopefully we're going to get a result to find out whether he's actually male or female. Again, I'll do a little reveal in another video. With this, you do have to be quite careful because you need to pluck them properly, and you do need to be able to get feathers that have a bit of pulp on them. It can't be molted feathers. It does have to be freshly plucked feathers, so there's actually some DNA on there because the molted feathers have like lost any viable DNA for doing sexing. So excited to find out. Assuming these are viable feathers, we'll give it a go. I'm using Avigenics and it costs like £8, so why not give it a go? But I just wanted to make this video today to explain what's been going on and to have you consider the dangers, once again, of leg rings. Again, we thought maybe Olive's was just a one-off, but I did share, you know, that leg rings can be dangerous, and then we have had multiple issues since. So I will be taking the rest of my conures who do have leg rings into the vets as and when there are appointments, because there's a less urgent than Kipling, who decided to push his all the way off his leg. I would consider speaking to your avian vet about the possibility of having your bird's leg ring cut off if they don't legally have to have it, because it is another thing that can get snagged on things and accidents do happen. So let's try and minimise them if we can, especially if your bird is going in anyway for a wellness check, a nail trim, anything like that. They can just snip that leg ring off as well. Please cross your fingers for me that it's just the leg rings and vet appointments, that kind of thing, that I have to do going forward, and we don't have any other unexpected vet visits, because I really am at the end of my tether with my anxiety and stress level with that. The rest of the flock are completely fine, everyone's all good, but I just wanted to let you know about today. If you want to learn more about the experience that I had with Olive, that'll be in the next video. But thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in that video.